Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, where we give you a lot of interesting and useful information about Benidorm town, its surrounding area, and in general of all Spain. Today we are on our favorite Levante beach here in Benidorm to give you the latest news update. And before we start today's news update, I want to give a special thank you for the sponsors of these videos. The people who did try and use the super thanks button that I have recently been enabled here on the channel, which is just great. Thank you, YouTube, for that. And these people are Marion, Jed, Curtis, and Casa Solana. I'm sorry if I misspelled the names, but I hope I got them right. So thank you, and thank you once again for supporting this channel Benidorm by Anna. And now let's go with the news. First of all, let's talk about the situation. Even though you know that we're not counting the cases day by day, however, the government is giving us data every now and then. And what they did say is that cases are still growing, and each time it's faster and faster. So we are definitely probably at the beginning of the 7th wave here in Spain, and some other countries start to register an increase as well. Obviously, it's because no measure are around us, no basic restrictions. So it's normal that with today's life we'll have more and more cases each day. The only worrying part, I would say, is the amount of cases in the hospitals and ICU units. However, it's not as much so that there will be like total panic in the country. Everything is fine so far, and no new restrictions will be taking place in Spain. As for the travel form, right now there is no new data available online or anywhere on the government websites. They did want to take away and eliminate the travel form around May-ish. However, during this time, you know, the cases are growing, so they've decided to wait a little bit more. As soon as there'll be first showing somewhere on the horizon that the travel forms will be over soon, I'll definitely let you know. Overall, people are arriving. There's a lot of tourism. People are enjoying their holidays here in Benidorm, and even locals started to wear less and less masks, especially on the outside. Inside, depends. In the supermarkets, I still see quite a lot of people using the masks. This is something that they're used to as well, you know. So slowly but surely, more and more people are taking them out. However, it's totally free to use them if you want to. At schools, by the way, our children don't use masks anymore unless they have chronic illnesses or diseases, allergies, asthma attacks, any kind of illnesses that might need extra protection from the virus. So only them use masks. All the others can do so, but basically to say, no one does it. Even teachers are mostly without masks in here. This is the situation. No major changes. We're just continuing with our normal life here in Benidorm town and in Spain in general. Right now, at the beginning of May, Benidorm has already more than 100, to be exact, 104 official hotels open and available for tourists. The last ones to open was the Magic Natura Lodge Resort, situated right near the Terra Natura and Aqua Natura themed parks. In general, it's expected to have in May around 96% of all the touristic accommodation options available in here. So it's just the best data ever that we could possibly have. As for the touristic apartments, you know that this is the area that suffered the most probably during pandemics, and a lot of them, they went for the long-term rental. And right now, when they see the light already at the end of the tunnel, a lot of people went back to the touristic rentals, short-term rent, either for days, weekly, or monthly, up until 3-4 months of rent. Touristic apartments are almost full. Prices are increasing quite a lot, and you need to be careful. Try and book in advance, because by August, which is the most expensive month ever in the whole year, not only for apartments but also for hotels in general, for touristic accommodation, August is the most expensive ever month. So 1 week, for example, in a hotel can easily go for a family like from €1,500 up, depending on which accommodation options you will choose and which board you will choose from. Depending if you arrive in June even, or in August, or even July or August, the difference can be of a couple of hundreds of euros, which is a big difference that you can spend here for your holidays. Go for a nice excursion, have a dinner or lunch in a nice restaurant, go out more, go to Benidorm Palace evening dinner show, and do a lot of interesting things just by saving this amount of money if your dates are quite flexible for your holidays here in Spain. Overall, I do see that August will be packed in here. It's going to be really full. The apartments will be pre-booked in advance. Hotels will be almost at the total capacity. So if you still did not book your holidays, check the hotels tours that we have here on the channel so that you could choose the best one that suits you. And like this, don't have any surprises upon your arrival, and definitely stay in a hotel that you will really like. By the way, very important thing to mention, I'll be doing a separate video about it, but you need to be very careful because there are around a lot of thieves. There are a lot of people who are trying to scam you right now here in Benidorm, and the peak season, the touristic season, is like the honeymoon for them. They're really happy that a lot of people are around, which means that they have a lot of work to do. So be careful if you arrive on holidays soon to Benidorm, because scammers and thieves are activated mode on. And probably in a week's time or so, maybe even less, we'll see, I will post you a complete video with all the scams that are going out right now here in Benidorm, all the things that you should be really careful about during your holidays, with exclusive footage of that happening, which is why I need slightly more of a time. But you will definitely see this video here on the channel quite soon. And now let's continue with the last news. And the last news comes obviously from our favorite Benidorm town, about the parking spaces and the crazy different color system that Benidorm will have. Right now, if you are coming with your car or a rented car or a motorbike, definitely you will need a place to park here in Benidorm. However, when you come here, you can see different colored streets, and people not always know what it means. Not always there are some signs, and sometimes you can get a unpleasant surprise that you come back to your car or a motorcycle and it's been towed away, and there is a notice from the police saying that your car has been towed. Go to the municipal deposit to pick it up and pay a fine. So it's not good, which is why I always try to make your holidays easier here in Benidorm and let you know how the things really are, so you could avoid the maximum of problems possible. Right now in Benidorm, we have different color systems. First of all, our white colored streets, which is like this one here, for example. White colored streets, parking spaces, better to say, means that it's free for everyone. You don't need to pay for it, and both residents of Benidorm and non-residents can freely park in there without any kind of limitations. Afterwards, we have the blue zone. Blue zone is always paid one. You need to put some coins. Maximum it's €1 coin, which gives you 2 hours of free 2 hours of parking, and then you need to put another ticket. It's usually from 9 till 2 and from 4 till 8 if I'm not wrong, and on weekends, on Saturday it's up until 2 p.m. On Sunday it's free in general, as well as on bank holidays and fiestas. The blue area is paid for everyone, residents and non-residents or tourists. Then we have orange area. Orange area is only for resident parking space. So if you live nearby, if you live in Benidorm and you have a specific, like a stamp on your car, a sign, then you're allowed to park there. If not, your car will be towed. Not a lot of people knew about it and had unpleasant surprises. And the new one that they are doing is the green zone, which you will be able to see already starting from right now. In a lot of areas, there are commercial zones, like for example here near the Mediterranean Avenue, probably somewhere they will do it as well. In Rincon de Loix area, in the city center, in the old town. The green zone will be free for residents that live in Benidorm and have a specific stamp on it, specific sign, and paid for non-residents. So you will be able to go to the machine, put up the coins and station your car there, only if you pay for it. If you did not pay and you're not a resident, once again, you'll have an unpleasant surprise when you come back to your car. If you're unlucky, if you're lucky, it might stay there still. You never know. But there are quite a lot of controls with that, so I definitely recommend you not to play with it. And if you need to pay for it, please, because the tow and the truck is way more expensive. So in total there will be 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 color zones. Let me know if it's confusing somehow, if it's too much, you think. Definitely 3 was okay, but going to 4, and if they add some more colors, will be really confusing for the tourists. For locals who live here or who visit area frequently, probably it's the same. There is no major difference, you know, they're used to it. But for people who come here for the first time with a car, it might generate some issues. All this is obviously done to provide more parking space for tourists that are coming from vehicles, national and international tourists as well. And they're taking kind of places only for residents and giving the option for tourists to park there paying just a small amount, which is good for all of us who don't live in Benidorm and live in surrounding areas or abroad, but it's not really good for people who live here permanently because they're losing their parking spaces, which were really difficult to find even so during the peak summer season. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, and we're continuing with the weather update. The weather is extremely nice today. As you can see, there is quite a lot of people walking down towards the old town, down the entire Levante beach area. Today, starting from the second part of the day, there's going to be way more clouds here in Benidorm, but it's not going to be raining. Although tomorrow rain will be here. It might be not a lot, but still it will, and it's going to be quite cloudy. And on Wednesday we are expecting just a little bit more of the rain. The good thing is that starting from Thursday, midday 12 p.m. a.m., how you want to call it, midday time, there will be sunshine back again, and we'll be able to enjoy lovely almost summer weather here in Benidorm. Today here we have around 22 degrees, which is amazing by itself. And the best thing is that even when it's going to be raining the next following days, Tuesday and Wednesday, the temperatures will not go down, maybe just by 1 degree, but it's nothing comparing to how we had it when it was winter time, when temperatures dropped with rain by approximately 10 degrees or more. Right now here 22, Alicante same 22 degrees, Barcelona 20, Granada 23. The warmest will be in Malaga 26, Sevilla 24, Madrid 19 degrees today, Murcia 23, Balearic Islands 24, Canarian 21 to 26 in Santa Cruz de Tenerife, and Valencia will have around 22 degrees today. Perfect weather to come to Benidorm. If you're coming during today, tomorrow, don't be afraid because the rain will be here just for 1.5 days, and then we'll have this perfect weather back. By the way, the water temperature, which I almost forgot about, right now is around 16.7 degrees. However, in the next following 10 days, the water temperature will increase up until 18.5, which is almost perfect already for swimming. This was the latest news update from Spain and Benidorm town from our lovely Levante beach here in Benidorm. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I wish you a lovely day, and I'll see you soon in the new video from our favorite town of all. Bye!